in, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears will get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap, got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top notch. I got that check into golf.
A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
Hoping I ain't lose religion, texting prayer hands, hope the message feeling on. Know I've been blessed, I've been seeing prophets, mostly yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body, say the man got me on. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. One might extensions that'll look like expeditions on. Man, it's too loud in me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Airing it deep for Garcon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
12, 12. By 20, 180.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's caught off the deflection. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down. Garoppolo buying time to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Go ahead. 21.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Hey, come on. 21.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Here's Beathard to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gould now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Right back to him on 1st down. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Trubisky hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Keep playing hard, fellas. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now Cohen. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Parkey adds the extra point. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw is Beathard. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Beathard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. to throw, Beathard. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw is Beathard. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
18.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And this is Gabriel on the catch. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
You see it? You see it? You see it? You see it?
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Reuben Foster with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then, boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call into question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Set. Boom, landed.
Now Beathard. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure now, and Beathard goes down to the turf. Akeem Hicks with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll throw here. Beathard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll throw now on the final play. Steps away to his left. Deep ball for Goodwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Gold is able to put it through. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. This time, Trubisky will throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gotta go.
They go play action. Trubisky. Oh, and can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Beathard breaks the huddle and leads the Niners up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go, check it out. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Here's Beathard to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Detroit!
He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. toss play to McKinnon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Hey, gotta go. Red,
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Red's up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. And this is complete to Zach Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Oh, no, he lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Beathard breaks the huddle and leads the Niners up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A dump down to McKinnon. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back to throw Beathard. And his throw here is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Beathard to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Now this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. This is Cullen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw is Beathard. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
McKinnon. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
This is Morris. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage a game there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This to advance to the divisional round. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.